So here we are. We've got our group in the audience, but we're also on Facebook Live. Hello to everyone. Same question. It is time for questions and answers, and you know me. I basically don't hide a damn thing. I have no, whatever that is, the id that stops you from saying things you shouldn't say. I don't have the id. So what are your questions?
I have one.
Yeah.
I saw the build on that's your wife's Camaro
yes.
right there. But I didn't see what was the end price it would cost to build that car.
That was, well, the price, based on the hours and everything else, that one was actually pretty gruesome because of how bad the body was. See, that's where Audrey and I got into a little bit of a fight.
A little?
A little. So what I use is in a case like that became a training vehicle metaphor for some of the guys to do metal work on. The hours that went into that were unreasonable and too many. So I would say that reality, that's probably a $175,000 build, which I would not have done for a customer for a 68 Camaro, because when customers bring me in cars that rough, I say, get a different car. We're not going to start with one this bad. But because it was my folly, you sort of eat that crap sandwich and you keep going on.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I see you talking on TV that you tell the client that they may have had $50,000 in parts and you had 200 hours in labor in that. What does that labor hour rate, how does that break down?
Well, our hourly rate, I tell people, because see, we've got three different rates. So we average about $75 an hour.
Okay.
So, if I say to someone, you've got 1,000 hours of labor, then it's about $7. Now, in reality, when I say we've got 1,000 hours of labor, I've probably got 1,300 or 1,400 hours of labor into it, in all reality. Okay. There's lots of hours that don't get billed. None of my time ever gets billed. None of the logistics research time ever gets billed. Almost none of the management time from the different managers and the different teams gets billed. So lots and lots of time doesn't get billed. So if we bill 1,000, we've probably spent 13, 14, 1,500 hours building it. Okay. Yes?
Is the show going to show us a bike build, or have you and I missed it?
Bike builds are interesting. The answer is yes. We've got a bike build coming up on our 5th season. What?
That one got taken off, remember?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it better not have.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, if our bike build got taken off, then I've got a bitch with the network, and we're going to talk about this one. No, we're doing a bike build, and it's actually quite a good bike build. We do bike builds. The problem with them is that, and I don't understand it, but what I've been told, and I'm sure I'm going to piss somebody off here, was that the OCC bike build show so poisoned the world against bike building shows that almost nobody wants to see them anymore. So it was weird. It was like everybody wanted bike build shows, and then almost a turd in a punch bowl, everything went cold, and suddenly bike build shows went off the air. And so they aren't highly viewer supported. We like building bikes, and we are building bikes here right now. And I'm going to get one of them in the next series, in the upcoming year. Yes, sir.
I saw the show where y'all built the hyperplane race boat.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know y'all had a woodworking shop here until the show and all that.
Before I bought this building, that room, which is the only one that has stayed what it was since the building, at least for the last 30 years, was the boat builder's workshop. So we kept it there. In fact, I purchased all the equipment from the boat builder's workshop, and that's how we ended up doing boat building. The business that was there is the one that sort of still is with our building. I enjoy telling people that this front area was, maybe at the same time, maybe not, it was both a church and a porn studio. And I tend to think it probably wasn't concurrently, but it was both right here. It was also a fruit and vegetable stand and lots of other things. So it's a big building that's been a lot of things. But the boat builder workshop has stayed in place for, I think, 30 years. Yeah, it's been here a long time.
How hard is it to pick which cars get onto the show?
There's a big matrix, and I alone pick that.
Okay.
The network, don't get me wrong, people tell me what they want to see, but I do maintain that autonomy. And the first thing I look at is, okay, are you an idiot? You know, is what you want for your car done? So I look at the car. So let's just talk about what disqualifies a car. If it was made after about 74, 75, it's probably almost automatically disqualified. And that's because the oil embargo, the Arab oil embargo of 73, profoundly changed the world of American car manufacturing. Wiring and electronics went crazy, and plastics went nuts, and metal went down. And so as a result, cars are less rebuildable. So the basic criteria is like 1900 to 1973. Then I look at the customer, and that's normally where cars fall out, because 95% of the customers who apply to get their cars built are crazier than hell. I mean, they're just like Looney Tunes. You know, this is not abnormal. You know, I am routinely, 90% of the customer builds that come to me, the price that they establish for their budget is smaller than they could even go buy the parts for. And so, in other words, it's really hard to make a cake and pay a baker to make a cake when you're not even bringing enough money to buy the ingredients, you know. And that's what people do to me all the time. So I dismiss all of those. And then the last one is that a car that's going to keep the guys and gals here kind of interested? And so the three cars that come up so often that I actually have to turn most of them away, even though they're good clients, are Mustangs, Corvettes, and Camaros. Because there's so many of them that, you know, if we took in just the Mustang submissions that we got, I could have this place with 50, 60 Mustangs. Every single day we could be filled with nothing but Mustangs. I could just about do the same thing with Camaros. Probably also do the same thing with Corvettes. I probably get 300 Corvette submissions a year, 300 or 400 Camaro submissions, and 500 Mustang submissions a year. And so because of that, when somebody comes along with a really weird car and a really bizarre car, I'm far more inclined to take them, even though, believe it or not, the Camaro or the Corvette will probably make me better money. I'll still pick the oddball. All right. Any other questions?
Y'all worked at Cadillac on one of the shows. That was a nightmare. They wanted air conditioning and all. And I think y'all spent $50,000 on a used unit, and it was all to pieces.
We spent more than $50,000 just purchasing the parts and having some of those components restored. Yeah. It was an obscene amount of money, and I'll never agree to do anything like that again. In fact, I'll tell you right now, you cannot make money on classic luxury car rebuilds. You only lose money on them. So for anybody out there who is thinking of starting a restoration shop, anybody on Facebook who is thinking of ever restoring a Lincoln, a Cadillac, a large Buick, something like that,
Corvairs.
Don't be stupid. Don't do it. Just say no. Yeah, really, just say no. Yeah.
What cars would you like to do more of?
Ooh, cars that pay the bills mostly. You know, the thing is we actually do love building cars. I mean, that's not just a cliche. It's really true. The problem is the owners get in the way. You know, somebody actually mentioned to me last night, if we could magically figure out how to have just the cars roll in here and just do the work on them and let them go and not have to deal with just ridiculous expectations of owners, we would be a much happier group of people. So when it comes to a car, if I almost don't care if somebody brought me just a rusted out Hulk with a data tag on it, I would love to rebuild it as long as they don't do stupid things. So it's the owners that drive me crazy. The cars virtually never bother me at all.
Tacos for payments?
Tacos. Oh, if they're Jack in the Box tacos, I would definitely take those in payment. Because you can't get Jack in the Box any closer than, I think, Nashville, Tennessee. So if you can get them here warm, we can definitely talk really good exchange rates on Jack in the Box.
Who is your favorite mechanic?
Oh, you're not. No. I am not. Wait a second. I would never. Who's your favorite kid? Come on.
I am.
Okay. No, I won't answer a question that would just hurt somebody else's feelings. That's all that question is designed to do. So, yes, sir.
I was going to ask you, how did the SEMA show work out for you?
SEMA is, it's the world's largest trade show. About 300,000 people. Probably the biggest compliment I got when I got to SEMA, which was very cool, we pulled the Mustang off the trailer, and a bunch of the crew from SEMA came over and they said, do you want us to help you push it into place? And I said, push it. We're going to drive it. They said, it runs? I said, oh, that's not good. So you realize that by them asking me that, they said, oh, most of the cars here don't run. Most of the show cars don't work. They're just displays. That car will do burnouts in 3 gears and do a 150, 160 on the top end and has a hand-stitched leather interior and everything else. So he didn't intend that as a compliment, but that was actually like the coolest moment of all of SEMA. How did it work out? Bringing 2 cars to SEMA, not counting the losses of the shop by not being at work that week, it's a $150,000 expense. So you better, if you're going to go to SEMA, you're going big. That's all there is to it. Yes.
Okay. What's your favorite color on a car?
Black in almost every case.
And what would be the car you would most like to hot rod? We know my answer to that one.
Well, the car that I already have that was my favorite car to do was a 63 Corvette. We managed to take, actually, technically it's a 64, but for those of you better be an NCRS judge to tell the difference between a 63 and 4. They're virtually identical, especially when I get done with it. Because the only thing different is the VIN code. But we managed to take a 64 Corvette Roadster that a man gave me $500 to take it off his hands because it was an absolute wrecked piece of crap. And we turned it into what my very favorite comment since I've been in business. A man stared at this car the first show we brought it to, and he walked around it for about half an hour. And I will tell you, I was beaming because I couldn't have been more proud of a build because it was built out of nothing but junkyard crap. And I looked at it, I said, you like the car? And he said, that is the most beautiful. He says, I've been a Corvette guy all my life. I've owned 15 or 16 Corvettes. And that is the most beautiful car I've ever seen in my life. And I went, that's pretty cool. And we did all that. My total expenditures, and it was almost nothing. And the car is just a breathtaking car.
All right. What do you consider too new to work on? And what is the rarest car you helped to restore or work on?
Too new to work on is really about anything made in the mid-'70s. There are rare exceptions to that. The problem is, first of all, there's nothing built in the 80s, and I know I'm going to piss someone off here. There is nothing built in the 80s worth restoring. I would actually argue that the same would be true of the 90s. There's literally not one car built in the 80s or 90s, and I'm sorry, but that's just, they really weren't. They were mostly ugly. They had the performance of a dog. They were just bad cars. We built bad cars in America for about 15 or 20 years. So I don't even touch anything in the 80s or 90s. I can be, if somebody twists my arm hard, and I'll build something from the mid to late 70s, but that's about it. Under no circumstances will I touch an 80s or 90s. I just won't even do it. Couple last questions and we'll get you on the road.
So was this a hobby then that just turned into a vocation, or?
All right. So now this is the part where we typically finish up while Dan finishes up in there. Dan is going through all the project submissions. We do have about 200 submissions on our thing right now. So keep an eye for that. On the rarest comment, the Maserati we did last season was epic. It was awesome. But keep an eye out this season. There might be something even more rare. Yeah, I'm not sure that we would ever restore a Geo Metro, but thanks for asking. Yeah, we try to do this every Friday. So if you come up with questions and everything like that, we try to do Facebook Live at least Fridays for the tour. No, at this moment we do not sell cars. I know a lot of people think that because we show the cars in the front of the building, like on the show, that we sell them, but those are all customer cars. I'm sorry, especially the 59 Corvette. The owner would kill me if I sold it. Thank you, I will. Awesome, thank you very much. So any last questions before I hop off and I go to take everyone around the building? Going once? Yes, I know, and apparently Dan didn't realize that we had killed the bike build for this season, so that'll be awesome. How about a 39 Ols? No, that would be something that we would do. Depending on, what it is. Like I said, the older cars, the full restorations, those get to be a little bit crazy. We've done a lot of Studebakers. I don't know if we have specifically ever done a Champ. I know we've done a lot of Hawks and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if we ever did a Studebaker Champ, but we've done a lot of Studebakers. I think we have the green t-shirt 2X on our site. Will do. What's the newest vehicle you've done? Like Dan said, our cutoff for the most part is 73. But we've got like a 74 or something in the shop right now. We have done... Quincy, what are you doing? Shouldn't you be working? Are you here? We have done some Trans Ams before. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you on here next Friday. A Rambler. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Can you send a message to Dino? Man, you're awesome. Want to meet you. Oh, that's very sweet. I will see what I can do about that. The question, yes, we will be having another season here shortly. So we are still filming that. We do not have a release date as of yet. We're looking at late spring, early summer, hopefully. Oh, yeah, shipping to Canada. Right now, all of our shipping, unless you call, I think if you call, you can pay for the shipping separately, but on our website, it's not set up to do that. Thank you very much. So, yeah, as far as shipping to Canada, you just got to call in and place the order. Monday through Friday, typically about 8 a.m. to roughly 3-ish. 69, yeah, that'd be an interesting build. I was gonna say I've never heard of that, so but yes, no, Z28s are definitely awesome. We all know Dan loves Camaros. Well, we hold tours every Friday at 3, so we just add Facebook Live, but at 3 o'clock on Friday, most every Friday, people are able to come in and I walk everyone around, show them the shop, show them what we have, what we're working on and everything like that. So we do that every Friday at 3. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Design is the one Doug wears. Yes, the green DRS is the one that Dan wears every day. I swear it's not the same shirt. It's just the same design. Hi, CJ. What about a 72 Toyota? Yeah, no, we've definitely worked on FJs and Land Cruisers and all of that. And I think that's one of the ones that he would be willing to do a little bit later. But a 72, yeah, that would be something that we would do. Watch you guys from Long Island, New York. Oh, thank you very much. If you're ever up around Southside Boys, they are awesome people, great cars, love them, they're so sweet. So all right, everybody, how do you decide what build to make TV? That'll be the last question really quick. Basically, Dan goes through and he looks at all the submissions. He looks at the vehicle, he looks at the owners, he talks to everyone over the phone before we bring everything in here. And that's basically everything that we bring in for the most part is for the show. So Dan goes through all of that, and we find them all we recommend everyone go to our website, and we put them on there as far as you know, what it is that they want, what their budget is, and everything like that. We direct everyone there, and that's basically Dan's call log. So Dan just sits there and goes through that, and like I said a little earlier, we've got like about 200 on there. Hi, Kelly. Yeah, we were very excited about that. He came in the other day, and he loved it. I got to go and see his face when he saw it, you know, as put together as it is right now, and he was in love. So that was awesome. I was really glad he got to come in and see that, and I'm glad I got to see his expression for it. So, all right, everybody, we are going to hop off here. But like I said, we try to do this every Friday around 3:30ish. If you can make it in, then come in. Otherwise, we will be on Facebook Live. So until next Friday, bye.